We're going to make the three-dimensional wood chunk pumpkins, and I have been wanting to make these. Unfortunately, we were hit by the hurricane and we have trees down and power down, but we have a generator running. So I'm going to make an attempt to take these very dirty chunks of blocks and just use them from out of our scrap pile because, well, hubby can't cut me any wood blocks. And the idea is you want them to be 3 different levels so that they look like a set of pumpkins. What I'm going to do is basically glue these chunks together and make do with them, and just try to find me some that are close in size that will work. My Elmer's glue, this is wood glue without the wood shavings. Hey guys, Elizabeth here on the Dandysoap DIY channel, and this is the Give Thanks Challenge put together by my friend Marika Creations. I am co-hosting. We have asked several creators from all over different social media channels to come together and offer to you what they do to give thanks on a daily basis. So this is Daily Thanks Challenge. You will find the playlist link in the description box down below. When you click on it, it will put up an autoplay video list, and you can roll right through there and see what they do to keep positive affirmation and an upbeat in their daily lives. You guys are going to be so proud of me because I underwent a serious crisis during the filming of these videos. I was without power because I've been hit by the hurricane. We had trees down, massive power outages for several days. So I took my cell phone out to the car, maximized the charge on it, and it just so happens I had ordered the Cordless Rechargeable AA battery glue gun from Surebonder, and boy was it the perfect timing. You are going to see a review, and you're going to see this glue gun in action because most of these video footages on this video was done using that cordless glue gun and those rechargeable batteries along with my charged up cell phone. Now, I don't want to keep you, so let's get in the craft room, and you guys know it best. Let's get to crafting, y'all. And I'm going to be using my Surebonder hybrid, which is cordless as well as corded. And the way this gun works, guys, I do not have the rechargeable batteries in it at this time, but they're regular AA rechargeable batteries that you can use. And when you are using the rechargeable batteries with this, you do not have it plugged in. It distinctly tells you not to have it plugged in whenever you are using it cordlessly. But when you are, you switch this button over to on, and the green light comes on letting you know that it's using the rechargeable batteries. The rechargeable batteries will work approximately 45 minutes with this gun, and otherwise the red light will be on. But when you're using it cordlessly, you do not use the plug. It will drain the batteries, so you have to have it unplugged when you're using it that way. So just as a backup, I have my cordless combo corded gun on the ready. Let's get on with the craft. So I've selected these blocks, and like I said, they're pretty dirty. I will dust them and clean them off. I wanted to get them glued together so that we could move on and just show you guys what I'm having to do in order to compensate for the power being off, and what you can just kind of come up with while we're waiting for some power to come back. So I'm going to basically use my Elmer's glue along with my hot glue, because this will work as a wood glue to fuse these together. They're not going to be even Steven because these did come out of the wood pile, but the bottom line is it gets me in business to do this craft, and I can get on with painting them and reduce power usage in here in the house as much as possible. Stack these up just as I had them a while ago and get them as even as I can. They don't have to be perfect. When we get power, he can fix me some really nice ones, really sharp. The idea is I'm trying to make use of these chunks of wood and do as best I can with what I've got. And that's what crafting is about to me. It's just really being creative and using a little bit of this and that, and nothing goes to waste. Everything has purpose. And I am putting that right on top of that Elmer's glue. I'm not really worried about it. This one also has a detail point, not the extreme detail point, but it does have a more detail pointed set on the glue gun. I want to get those squared as I can, and then I will set those aside and let them cool off and fuse together. But you get the idea. Now, so far everything's looking pretty good. This is the Waverly Lagoon color, and they're looking pretty snazzy. Now this is kind of rough and there's not a lot I can do, so I am taking the handle that I had cut off from the Lowe's paint stirrers, and I am going to paint it and use it right there. Now on my tall blocks I have this bad area down here that I'm wanting to kind of mask or camouflage, so I'm actually going to glue this on right here, and I'm just going to put like a saying or some wordage on there and just kind of make it cute. Okay, I'll put some writing on that. The other thing that we can do is these handles, I had broken off some branches. Now bear in mind guys, this color and me speeding up this process was totally come about, and then I had been seeing this and been wanting to do this, and you know, autumn is here, fall is among us, today is Halloween day, and I wanted to get this done because I saw Kippy at home do hers. She did it live on Facebook, and I wanted to go ahead and get this process speeded up and show you guys these. I'm sure you've already seen them, but I wanted some for myself. Now I'm just making my little tags, and I decided to do just little price tags. Now these are looking pretty spiffy. I've got my little tags on there, and I just tied it on and hung it and just slid it over top of the stem, and it just kind of did its own little curl there, which is working pretty good for me. Now here I am going to just write pumpkin. I was going to put prize pumpkin. I think I'm just going to plain put pumpkin. Now, just plain and simple, I'm just tying a single tie, a ribbon around the pumpkin stem. And I am actually using a 1/2 inch ribbon, where most of them are using like a 2 or 2.5, and those look good too. But I really have used this orange on many other projects, and it will suit and match everything that I've already got. So I'm just going to stay with this ribbon since I still have some left. And I'm just doing a regular tie, nothing fancy. And I'm not doing any angles. I'm just doing a straight cut off, so it looks kind of prim farmhouse. So those are our farmhouse wood chunk pumpkins, and they look pretty good considering I put 2 before cutoffs together, trying to make them even without power, and try and get these done, video it for you guys. So definitely make you some chunky pumpkins. They just look really, really cute. And voila, we have our project number 2, guys, is generally what I do for you whenever I've rounded up all the pieces we had left over from previous projects. I did add a little LED tea light to it and just created me a little fall scene and added the hay bale and so forth. I have taken pictures of it, and I will show you the finish of it, but it was just a matter of painting those pieces and gluing them onto the board to sit about. This next DIY was inspired by Tina of A Country Girl's Attic, and I absolutely love her. She's a dear friend, and I will put her link in the description box down below. Go check out her channel. She used the candeliers from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the tea light holders from Dollar Tree, the corn stalks that are for the yard, and these are the battery operated candle lights in the Christmas from Dollar General. These run off a AA battery. And what she did is she made these corn candeliers. She used the regular candeliers that you commonly see us use from Dollar Tree. Was inspired by that I'll first paint these. The next thing we want to do is we want to remove these corn stalks from the yard stake, and definitely hang on to this metal. The best way to go about that is take your pliers and holding the corn right there where it is welded to the bottom. If you'll hold this with your needle nose pliers and give it just a little bit of a rocking, it will actually pop loose on from the corn that it's on. Now, next thing is I am working my leaves loose, and just basically the same way. If you catch them just right, they'll kind of come loose anyway. They'll just, and then use your pliers as kind of a press, just to make sure that there's no metal that's going to prick you or stick you. And I just use my needle nose pliers to flatten them, just to make sure. Now, next on your corn, these have a screen that's attached to them in these sections. And what I am doing is I have worked that loose. I need to make that opening bigger. So I'm basically taking my pliers and I am just turning it a bit, just very little wiggle, and you'll see that the screen starts separating. So once again, doing that side, and then once again right there, and pressing on the flat, and it lets that screen stretch and break free from each side there, and just waddling it. See how it'll break open the screen. And here the same way, and just fooling with it on those sections. Now I'm taking my pliers and I'm just kind of opening them up a little bit, and I'm making it big enough so that whenever I put the candle in there, so I'm going to take one of these candles, I've already got batteries in it, and when you turn this down, that way the battery will press up against, turn that light on. But these just come right off. They just literally slide off. And this is the part that she used, and you're just going to place it down in the corn just like that. And this way you can put you something down here if you feel that you need to, but whenever you want to turn the light off to preserve the battery, just unscrew the bulb, and then whenever you want it back on, just screw the bulb back in, and voila. And that will pretty much stay there the way that that one is stretched. As I said, if you really want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, you can definitely put something down in here. Now, I washed up my tea light holders, and I'm actually going to use the Waverly ink, which is a black. I got my pillars painted and Mod Podge, so now it is time. And this is what I came up with. I have my burlap. You can use any burlap, and this is what I'm going to do. These are cut into 10-inch strips. These are 4 to 6 inches wide, and what I have done is I had a leftover piece, and it worked out perfect. So check this out. I'm going to take this one, and actually this is kind of ragged. So I'm going to lay this ribbon piece that has the dovetail on it right here. And that's going to be at a diagonal. I'm going to take my pillar candle, per se, and I'm going to place that in the center. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this around. And on this one, because it's kind of ragged on that side, I'm going to wrap it just like a baby blanket, so to speak, and bring up its tail. And then we're going to place that right here in that tea light holder. Now, I'm going to have to glue the burlap because I really don't want this thing to get unsteady and fall out. Just so you guys can see what I am doing. Get it situated. I'm going to take this bottom and bring it up. And that'll keep it from getting out of the way. And keep it tucked in just like a baby blanket. Like you're coddling a baby. Use my ribbon I got from Dollar Tree. Love this. Plaid or gingham, plaid, check. Different ways you can call it. But I'm only going to take and use enough to go around this. Let me make my jute twine bow for you guys in case some of you haven't seen it before. I allow about an inch overhang here or 2 inches. This is a 3 finger as I call it. So I'm holding that at my pinky with my thumb. 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3 wraps. And out here I cut that at the same length. I take this string and I wrap it around the first set. I go past my middle finger and catch all of them. Just like that. Now this tail that was hanging out here, I take it and I tie it around that string. Pull it pretty good. Don't let go and don't draw it too tight. Just enough that you got a tie in it. You can do a secondary at this point, but what I do, because this will slide down because my middle finger's right much bigger, and I now have that in the center. So what I will do is I'll get my strings straightened up if I pulled them, and see how they'll just kind of slide just like that. I've got my tails here, and now I will go ahead and tie another knot. And what I do is I kind of hold these and I just pull it taut, and now it's locked down. It's not going anywhere. And there I have my little jute twine bow. And that will still slide through there. That's why when you glue it, it's not going to go anywhere. And on this one, I'm actually gluing it somewhere about here. And voila, we'll be done. I'm gluing it. I'm going to glue this one. Put it there. Alright, now finishing these up, I have added a jute twine bow to make it just look a little bit better. I think it improved it. And what I will also do is I'm going to take the leaves, place them down the sides here, just for some added interest. There we go. And voila, we have our corn candelier complete and ready for our table setting. And you can change this ribbon out if you wanted to, or just add a little bit of greenery to it and have it for Christmas. These look great on your Thanksgiving table and your table setting. Just absolutely gorgeous, or just use them as your fall decor. The great thing about the way these are made, you could take this out and reuse pillar. And they do tea lights, so it's just sitting in there and it holds itself pretty good. Welcome back, and a special thanks to everyone who joined Marika and I on this Give Thanks Challenge playlist. We would sincerely like to let all of you know that we enjoy and love inspiring as well as being inspired. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, consider joining my DIY team by hitting the subscribe. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think of my product review. You will find the affiliate links in the description box down below to the Amazon store, or you can go directly to Surebender's website and order straight from them. You'll get good, positive return. You will talk to a person when you call. Thank you so much again. Until the next DIY, I'll be crafting, y'all.